All right, aloha, dream dancers. Guess what time it is? It is 11:11, and and I have one of the most beautiful guests here who is in a warrior mastermind with me to go become like messengers and like deliver really cool positive messages. And something that really stood out to me about him was a project that he's working on, and it's a love billboard project that he created a film. He is a health and wellness coach and helps people like reach their highest potentials. And him and I have we kind of bonded and buddied up. I'm like, I like this guy. He's so nice. And then learning about what you do is so cool. So I want to welcome, I want to make sure I'm saying your last name the right way. Stas Arsonov.
That is perfect.
There we go. Because I was just like, is that the right way? So aloha, welcome to Dance Our Dreams. Thanks for being here. Woohoo!
Mahalo.
Mahalo. So what's happening for you, brother man? What's hot? What's delicious? I want to talk about the Billboard Project. I want to talk about what you've been up to, and how's life?
Well, I'm on a journey of self-expression. That's something that shifted my life profoundly when I started expressing myself and not just withholding all the wisdom that I've been accumulating over the years. And the journey started with the law of billboards. My dear friend John Pogachar, he created the movement Law of Billboards, which is now actually really big. It's national, it's international, it's going to other countries. At this point, I think there are about 60 law of billboards around the United States.
Wow.
Cities. So it really exploded, and it all started with him just setting up a law of billboard in his town, Spokane, Washington, because he wanted to express the love that he had for people, for his community. He wanted to give back, and what a beautiful way to put it on a billboard where everybody drive by every single day to go to work or from work. And usually there's billboards that are trying to sell them stuff, but this one is just saying, hey, love. Whether you want to interpret it as love for you or reminding you to give love, it was just such a wonderful way. And when I heard him sharing that's what he's doing, I realized, okay, it's always like, it was really interesting feeling that came on me where I realized I want to share that story. I want to tell his story because it resonated so well with me. And I had zero experience with filming, none of it at all. I was not in the industry whatsoever, but I started making calls to my friends, to people who are in the industry to see if they can help. So people really got together, put their cameras, their gifts, their skills, their time, and we went there, filmed the story, and then as it grew, we filmed it in LA and in other cities, so it became like a nice short documentary.
Oh my God. So you never made a documentary before, and this was just something that, like, to me, like as a podcaster, and I'm still consider myself a virgin and new, even though, this is like episode 40, I'm still like figuring it out. And I know you are too. And you've got your Think Clever podcast and your project. So it's like, isn't it neat when you just get the tap? And it's kind of like, you're supposed to go do this thing. And you're like, I don't know what. And then all of a sudden it's like spirit kind of lines up and gives you all these resources of like human resources of love and people. Like, how cool is that? Like, to me, these giant billboards, like I haven't seen one yet because I live up in the boonies, up in the mountains here.
Well,
but
we'll get it there.
We'll get one up, but it's like this giant sticky note for your soul. Like, I think I'm like the human sticky note, and I want to remind people of like how awesome they are and all this happiness. So I just think it's so neat that you guys, created these big ones and then you're documenting and sharing. So tell me a little bit about the film. Like, what happened when, you got to work with all these people that maybe you never would have worked with if you didn't choose this cool topic to play with?
Yeah, it was so first of all, like that nudge that you were mentioning, that's so important because it happens to many of us. But a lot of times our critical mind kicks in and starts finding reasons why it's not going to work out.
Totally.
And so many of us give up on our dreams on this or these new opportunities because we give space to the critical mind and we listen to it for too long. And to me, I've done that for many years. There's a lot of projects that I've abandoned because I was listening to why it wouldn't work and why I'm not qualified to do it, or maybe somebody else is already doing it. But this time it was just the powerful part of it was the film wasn't about me. It was about John creating this movement and doing something beautiful in the world. And so it was something of being of service to somebody else. And that's why I was able to overpower my critical mind and say, you know what, I don't care if, if I'm not qualified or maybe somebody else could do it better. I want to do it. I want to do it for John because he's doing such a selfless, beautiful act. And when I did it, then everything started aligning. People started coming together and volunteering their time. And because it was so fast that nobody really knew what the project was about. I didn't really have time to explain them. So I was like, we have to film this story. And then as we were filming it, you could see people transforming during the process because they're understanding that they are also becoming part of this beautiful thing, a beautiful movement. And, part of the people that were filming DMK Productions, they actually are based in Spokane. And they were like, wow, man, we're part of this now. This is so amazing that we're changing the whole vibration of the city by, the billboard being there, but also now telling the visual story, because people love stories. They love, to hear a story of somebody else who passed by the billboard and how it affected their life and how they came home and expressed love to their family, their wife, their kids. And, so sharing stories like this, the whole process was just so, so powerful.
Wow. I love hearing about just the vibe of people seeing things and coming home and feeling good. And so we're talking about, the experiment of the week, where we're talking about like, what can we offer our beautiful audience to give them a taste of like what it feels like to be like a human billboard, as it were, and have your self-expression and, what is something good. So let's tell everybody what we came up with.
Yeah, just expressing gratitude to people around you, expressing that love, that appreciation for them. And there's so many ways to do it. So you can do it standing in the line at a supermarket. You can do it at work, just noticing something beautiful about the person, or maybe it's just saying, you know what, I really appreciate how you show up every day, or the things that you do for people around you. You can write an email. Recently, I received an email from a friend saying, hey, I just wanted to mention these 3 things that I appreciate about you.
Wow.
And it was, so many times, like, we get emails and it's something like, oh, I have to respond, I have to do something. But this was like no response needed. I just wanted to let you know that this is what I appreciate about you. Yeah. So that could be a beautiful thing to do. Or as you mentioned, the handwritten letter. How cool is that if you have a person's address and you can write them a little thank you note and say something beautiful? You have no idea what powerful impact it may have on that person just waking up. And again, what do we get in mail? Usually bills and stuff like that. It's always frustrating. I'm always never looking forward to open up my mail. But imagine you open up a letter and it's like, thank you because you're so cool and you're doing this and this and I really love you. And this can create such a charge for yourself in your day that person will go and start sharing this with people around them. So by writing one letter, you have a potential to impact thousands of lives that day.
Exactly. And it's so powerful. And you're so right. I mean, whether it's your email or your just regular old mailbox, it's either somebody trying to sell you something, or like you said, it could be bills or whatever. It's not necessarily like, I mean, some people, of course, we have like our happy blogs and here's our new podcast, which is really a great email. You should open it all the time. But it's just nice to have some recognition. And as humans, it's like, it does feed our soul to feel seen, for just the tiniest little gift. Like literally I have a new man that I'm dating, and he put a towel up in my bathroom the other day. And I was like, you put the towel up, like a nude, clean towel that I didn't have to ask you for. I love you so much. I love you. And he was just like, wow, thanks for noticing. I'm like, oh, dude, I notice all that stuff because I'm the one always doing it. But just like so simple, like you can make somebody's day with the simplest little offering, And so
also doing it for yourself as well, like self-gratitude.
Totally, dude.
And also, right, I appreciate myself for being badass as I am, doing this or noticing things. Sometimes we're so focused on the external world that like all the beautiful things that go in the internal world, they deserve appreciation and recognition. And that's something that can definitely fire you up, for the day if you do it in the morning, or perhaps doing it before going to bed and remembering all the beautiful things that happened to you that day. Because a lot of times people fall asleep a little bit stressed out, thinking about either the stuff they need to do the following day or the stuff that had happened to them throughout the day. But doing the gratitude journal, let's say you sit down and you write down 3 beautiful things that happened to you that day. naturally you are all of a sudden remembering the feelings, how you felt during those beautiful moments. And that's the feeling you fall asleep with.
Yeah.
And then your fight or flight mode goes down, your body recovers better, and you wake up in the morning energized and pumped for the day.
I love it. It's such a good idea. And also, um, I like what you said about giving yourself some gratitude. It's not something that most of us do as a practice. It's not like, hey, I did a good podcast interview today, or, I made the best cereal for my children this morning. Like, nobody's like high-fiving ourselves for all the little things. And it's like, we need that too, so that could definitely be like whatever you guys want to do for this practice this week, whether you want to go like write notes or emails to somebody else, or if you choose that maybe you're actually needing some support with feeling appreciated, like your soul wants to hear from you, and it's okay to like talk to him, her, and let them know that you're paying attention. And it changes your chemicals. It changes your chemical system. Like like when you sit in a place of gratitude, especially if you're in a place of, so we're doing a global gratitude experiment for Dance Our Dreams. And so you guys can download I've got a 7-day free training and everything. You guys, it's going to be awesome. So much fun, but it helps you kind of guide yourself through what the weekly 7-day experiments look like. But it does, right? Even if like right now you're to sit and think like, okay, what are the 3 things I'm thankful for in this moment right now? Like everybody think about that right now. You're driving in your car, you're at the gym, however you're listening to this episode. What are 3 things that you are thankful for in this moment? Are you thankful for the fact that you can hear? Are you thankful for the fact that you might have a clean breath of air that you get to enjoy? Are you thankful for the fact that you live somewhere that isn't a war-torn country? Like, simple stuff like that. Like, how do you feel now after you think about that? Yeah. Like, I feel calm thinking about those things. And so I want to invite everybody, and Stas has got it here. So this is so good.
Actually, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks a lot about gratitude, but from like a neuroscience point of view as well. So it's not just like a spiritual approach, but, actually like they measure the waves, the brain waves, how they change when you actually put your hands on the heart and you think about like what you're really grateful for, So having that intention really matters as well. Because I've spent a long time just writing things in my journal, just like for the sake of putting the check mark. Okay, like I wrote 3 things I'm grateful for. Right. But there was times where I didn't really connect, like I didn't really feel the feeling of that gratitude, right? So it's important to have the intention to write it out, that sentence, and sit with it and feel like that you are really like, why are you grateful? And like just generate that feeling in your heart.
It's so true. It's that embodied presence of the feeling, and it is different between just you going, no, I'm going to check the box and I did it. Okay, hurry up. Got to go to the next thing. Okay. Yeah. Great. It's like having sex. You don't want to just like, okay, I checked the box. I did the sex thing. It's like, no, be present with your experience of union, and so be present with your experience of union of your gratitude practice too. So I liked what you did about putting your hands on your heart. Like that felt like, oh, I want to do that because that's a trigger, and that's a physical trigger. And I think that's also a cool way to, get us in the moment. And, that's so cool. Okay. So, what song did you pick for your song of the week? The song you can't play it because it'll cut me off. Yeah.
We keep it secret. It's okay. Lovely Day by Bill Withers.
Oh my God.
And it's a very positive song. I like to start the day with that song.
Wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hits my eyes. Such a good song, right? Oh, you guys got to play this loud every day. It's so good.
Dance in the morning to it. It's so... To me, mornings are extremely important, and I love to the first hour of the morning I spend in my daily ritual. So I meditate, I do my gratitude journaling, do some exercises, jump in a cold shower, and when I do exercise, I play music. So this is one of the songs that I play in the morning because it's so positive, and you just want to like just walk around and then just enjoy the sun and the people around you.
Yeah, it's such a good high five song. Like I love it so much. Have you ever like on iPhones, like you can set your alarm to a song? Did you
Yeah,
know
I used
that?
to have quite a few songs playing. Yeah.
That's one of my songs. So I love that. Like that's your song of the week. So yay. Um, okay. And so you guys at Dance Our Dreams, we always talk about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, because I think when we can align our dreams with the big dream of the planet, then we have a better opportunity for, feeling empowered, not feeling alone. And the idea each week is we want to talk about a new SDG, not STD, but SDG of the week.
Thank you for clarifying that.
There you go. I know you got to get her super clear here, but
You have to change my answer.
but my hope is, to just share, share these goals, so that everybody, if you get excited about something, like go latch onto that and be a part of it and participate a little bit. So Stas, you picked number 4, quality education. So tell me why that's so important to you.
Yes. I think education can solve a lot of problems in our world. And it's not necessarily just formal education. It could be education about life, about spirituality, about awareness, about how to be present in the moment, about what it means to be happy, healthy, successful. All of this is education. It's something that you can learn from various teachers and redefine the meaning of your life, because a lot of us are trapped in this conditioning that we carry from previous generations or from the environment where we grew up, and it kind of limits our worldview and how we experience life. So that's part of self-education. That's why, like, I'm a lifelong student, because
Me
there's so
too.
much to learn.
Yeah.
And it's not just the formal education, like learning about marketing or business. It's also learning how to take care of yourself, how to be happy, what it means to be happy, what it means to be successful. Live by your own definitions, not by the definitions that other people created. And that's the key to success and solution to many, many problems in the world.
I think so too. I know it's like, it is, the lifelong learner journey is so important, and I have 2 kids, they're 11 and 13. And I just want them to have that craving to constantly grow and expand and blossom. Cause it's like, no matter what, you still don't know it all. And just, there's so much more you can keep diving into in life and, become a better contributor to society and your family and yourself. So I think it's critical for sure. Let's talk about, okay, so Love on Every Billboard is it's a nonprofit that people can donate to. So that's another thing we like to share on Dance Our Dreams is, we want to support these organizations who are out there making really cool, interesting impact on the planet. And so, so tell me, how is this, is the Love on Every Billboard, is it all funded through donations, or is there corporate, how does that all work?
Yeah, it's all funded through donations. People can connect with John. It's loveoneverybillboard.com. And basically the way it works is they can either donate to the organization, and we'll be setting up billboards, or they can reach out and connect to John and say, hey, I would like to set up a billboard in my town. How do I do it? And John will guide them through the process of, like, this is how we can do crowdfunding. This is how we can raise funds to set up a billboard in your city. He has connections with different billboard companies. And so we have special pricing that helps to set up a billboard, because some of them are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But because the organizations are so, like we have Lamar, we have Outfront Media, they're so helpful, and sometimes they provide free space as well. So it's amazing. And I highly encourage people to just connect with John. He's an amazing person. He responds to everyone. He talks with everyone, and people can just get inspired just by talking to him and figuring out a way to do something nice in their city as well.
I love it. And I just love just the way you light up talking about this project, and the passion, and just the gratitude that you clearly have for this man and what he's, done. And obviously you got to come in and express yourself by making a film. So where can everybody find you? Where can they find this awesome film that you made? Tell the world how to find Stas.
I'm on Think Clever, thinkclever.co.
Okay.
My Instagram is Think Clever, and the podcast is Think Clever as well.
Nice.
And the name of the film is A Very Kind Place.
Hmm.
And you can find it on YouTube, on Facebook, and we'll launch it on other platforms as well.
Awesome. And so we'll have all of Stas's links in the show notes on my webpage at djvaleriebeloved.com/podcast. And you can also get your weekly dream sheet so that you could mark down that you did gratitude practice and why is it important and all that. The one thing that we like to do too with like the weekly experiments is invite you to get a buddy to do the experiments with. So again, whether it's this gratitude practice, whether it's 10 push-ups in the morning or whatever that we are working on that week, it's so much more fun, right? Because you can just be like, did you do it? I did it. Did you? No, I didn't. You're like, okay, go do it. And so if you just commit to that, then it just creates, I think, more of an option for success,
like not only you're changing that other person's life, the life of your accountability partner, but also it's like sometimes, oh, I have a call with him or her this afternoon, but I haven't done the practice. You're going to do the practice.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe it's not like the most the optimal way of doing it, but you're still going to do it. And it really does work.
It does work. So do it. Do it. My Detroit gangster comes out. Is there anything what do you, if you could just say one message to people on the planet before you died and they know you for this message, what would it be, Stas?
Just be present in the moment. There's so many beautiful things that are always happening around us. And if we are in our heads thinking about the stuff we need to do later or the stuff that happened, we miss a lot of these moments. We miss a lot of these ideas that come to our mind. We miss the beauty of the world. So the life is happening right now, not after or before. It's happening right now. So all you have to worry about is just being present in the moment. When you interact with people, be present with them. Look them in the eyes and really listen to them, because beautiful things will come out of it. If you're thinking about what's going to be after this meeting, you're not really there, and a person can feel it and they won't open up as much as they could have. So just be very, very present in the moment.
I love it. Oh, thank you. That reminded me to take a deep breath and just drop in even more with you. So thank you for that. All right. So everybody, thanks so much, Stas. I'm so excited and I'm so appreciative you took all this time to be with us here and share your magic and your projects and your passion. And so until next time, guys, we're going to rock and roll and keep spreading some peace, love, and aloha. Woohoo!